The materials are fine. Because steel at about 40 below or minus 40 Celsius, you start to have some brittleness problems, but not in a case like this.
And the point you've made before about the concrete is that, would you argue, the most kind of critical element in terms of the recipe?
Correct.
And the
Yeah. It'll be arriving warm, and it'll be placed warm, and it'll be kept warm till it is cured.
There is a testing procedure. MnDOT will have people on site, and what
we'll be doing it ourselves. We do the quality control, we do all of the testing, we then do our quality assurance, which sets up procedures for making sure that we do all the testing, all the quality control, and then MnDOT, over and above that, review everything that we do.
And what's the rate of return on batches? Is it going pretty well? Is the stuff that you're getting in terms of the concrete so far pretty good stuff?
We have returned concrete in the past. For example, the mix we'll be using in this segment, we poured some of that mix into another use over the river, and the first 5 trucks we had to reject.
They didn't meet spec of some
They didn't
kind.
meet spec, yeah.
Do you happen to remember what spec it was?
No, they were too low in air content.
And air content is important. Why?
It is for durability of the concrete.
So concrete, the science of concrete includes air pockets. Concrete,
correct.
How would you describe it?
Air entrainment. It is. There are little tiny bubbles of air throughout the concrete that help insulate the concrete itself, and it certainly gives you more durable concrete.
And what have you said before about the period of time required for curing? Like, for example, a truss like this might require how long to cure?
Something like this will gain strength within 2 days, but won't be. It depends on the temperature. We need the temperature to be lower. The concrete curing process gives off heat. It's exothermic. So we need the temperature to have gone up and then back down again before we can move on with our atmosphere and leave it out in the cold.
And typically, or not typically, but often when I've seen concrete poured in weather like this, out of doors, not in a shed like this, it's wrapped in blankets. You've talked about that before.
We're doing that on the bridge site. Everything is wrapped for days.
Are you pretty close on schedule?
We are. We're actually slightly ahead of schedule, and we're happy with where we stand.
About how many workers on site?
At the moment, over 200, but we're adding 20 or 30 every week.
Really? To attain an eventual workforce of how many would you say?
The total number will exceed 600 within a couple of months.
What's been your impression of the kind of public reaction you're getting to the project?
The people are very interested in what's going on. We have, on a weekly basis, we have our superintendents walk, and either myself or one of our staff, we actually take people across the 10th Avenue Bridge and point out what's going on and try to explain what we're doing in each part. We also have a number of open houses. We have stakeholders meetings, and we do give a lot of addresses at various forums around the state, and actually we've given addresses in as far away as Washington, D.C.